I've always found music to be soothing. It's a way to quiet the rest of the world, to swaddle my problems in a comforting melody and let the stresses of the day fade away. That was, of course, before I played BPM, bullets per minute. There's a hypnotic rhythm to All Interactive's roguelite shooter that proves endlessly intoxicating, pulling you back in even when the steep, relentless difficulty makes you want to snap your keyboard in half. At a glance, BPM will likely remind you of Doom. It has a strikingly similar atmosphere, though the art style itself is quite different. BPM has a dream-like sheen to it, an intentional muddiness that covers up a lack of detail and hides a multitude of tiny sins. You play as an angel named Gol, blasting your way through randomised dungeons named after locations from Norse mythology, Asgard, Vanaheim and Nidhogg, for example. Armed with a pistol initially, a double jump and a dash, your objective is to clear rooms of enemies systematically, reaping the rewards and growing steadily stronger until death sends you back to the start. The core conceit here is that shooting and reloading must be executed in time with the game's epic soundtrack. A beat indicator adorns a targeting reticule, turning a standard shooter into a frantic rhythm game. Some rooms are crowded with demonic beasts that leap, spit poison or rush you. They fly, crawl and sprint, and a few hits is all it takes to kill you. Even on easy, it's punishing. Failure to hit the beat either for firing or reloading will fail the action, and some guns require 2, 3 or more presses of the reload button to perform the actions in time with the music. Shotgun shells load one at a time, for instance, and timing your jumps and dodge with the rhythm boosts their effectiveness. As with Doom, there's very little cover, and the best way to avoid damage is to circle strafe like a mad person. When a room is cleared, a chest will appear containing either gold coins, a key, a health or shield refill, or a piece of armour or gear. These items aren't cosmetic as it's all first person, but they do bestow buffs on you that last the entire run or until you swap them out. Some can boost your jump or give you the ability to fly. Some grant auto-aim, infinite ammo, greater damage. Others still vamp health from the enemy or create an aura around you that insta-kills monsters. One even gives you an extra life. In addition to this, each room contains a single useful feature. Often these are shrines that accept a gold coin in exchange for a boost to one of your attributes, or maybe 3 boxes that might contain enemies, traps or gear. Sometimes a room has no enemies but allies in the form of a bank to save up your coins, a blacksmith to swap out your gun, or Huggins, an enormous yellow chick who never stops dancing but sells health refills, armour and buffs. If you find a library, you can equip a second or third ability which can turn the tide in your favour, while a challenge room will grant you a massive boon if you can survive the onslaught inside. All these buffs and trinkets must be savoured and used effectively. A lucky series of drops can make all the difference in a run, but you don't get to keep any of it when you die. Nothing carries forward, not even your progress past bosses. There's one tough fight at the end of each randomised dungeon, and while the bosses themselves don't ever swap or move, they do come in various forms such as giant, dwarf, champion, lethal, vengeful. There are others too, and each time you load a dungeon it may be themed. In a dark dungeon you'll only have a small circle of light by which to see. In a frozen dungeon the ground is slippery and precision movement is almost impossible. There's so much packed into BPM that at first you won't care if you die, because each death will reveal something new in the next run. However, this feeling won't last forever, and bullets per minute is brutally hard. Making it past the first 2 bosses will unlock the next area and the next angel, as there are 5 in total. Freya is tougher than the starting Angel Gol with 150 shield instead of 100 health points, a more powerful weapon and faster movement. It makes the first 2 levels much easier, but you'll need to pass those 2 and the next 4 in a single life to unlock the next Angel. Interestingly, I found switching weapons to not really be worth the trouble, as you'll quickly acclimatise to the weapon you have, and each new one will require you to relearn its rate of fire, shot pattern and reload speed. Doing new things to the same beat while also not getting eaten is not easy. I don't have many complaints at all about bullets per minute. The difficulty is steep but not unfair, and it's all about the buffs and the gear you unlock, and I'm sure speedrunners will love it. Nailing runs with no power-ups or all in darkness, etc. If anything, I'd have liked just a few more randomised tracks per dungeon, because as cool as the music is, and truly, this soundtrack is incredibly good, it can become repetitive when you're dying and dying and dying and dying. Graphically, it's okay. The enemy models are nothing special, the usual assortment of grotesque beasts, giant bugs, oversized animals, mutated humanoids, and while the environments get the atmosphere right, they lack distinguishing features of any kind. There's nothing to make you look at the architecture and appreciate what the dev has done, it's all just serviceable background. The low number of colours in use can also make it hard to see what has spawned from a chest or pick enemies out against the walls, which can be a little bit frustrating. Bullets per minute is a relatively small game that packs an absolute ton of stuff into its tiny little frame. There are so many enemies, items, buffs, abilities, challenges and secrets that just wasting a few incarnations to explore can be well worth it, and experimentation is key if you want to make the most out of all the gear and items. Putting the manic, nail-biting gameplay of an old-school first-person shooter to music is a genius idea, and as a result, bullets per minute feels truly innovative. I've never played anything like it, and while at times the difficulty has gotten the better of me, I haven't been able to stay away. So often that one more run has yielded a new buff or item that's changed the way I play, or boosted my chances of survival enough to carry me through a tough spot. I really hope this game does well enough that the devs can keep building on it, adding areas and weapons, new angels and bosses, because the foundation is solid. It's not the prettiest game by far, but it is one of the most brutally addictive and mesmerising shooters I've ever played. And for that reason, I'm going to score bullets per minute 9 out of 10. Hi there, I hope you enjoyed my review of Bullets per Minute from Or Interactive. I really hope it comes to consoles at some point in the future, but right now it's only available on PC. But if you can play it, you really should. It's a fantastic experience, especially if you're a fan of first-person shooters in general. If it's something that you're thinking of picking up, if it's something that you're interested in, if we piqued that interest, do drop us a comment and let us know. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe, maybe tag the bell icon too, so that you're kept up to date with more stuff like this that we post in the future. We also have a Patreon if you'd like to support us that way. We really do appreciate everything you guys do for us. In the meantime, I've been Mick Fraser for God is a Geek, and you guys have been lovely. Bye.